Welcome back to Dan's Messy Garage. I'm continuing the work on the 67 Falcon to put the six-cylinder engine in it. And I finally got the pilot bushing that I've been trying to get for a while. So, in the meantime, I cleaned up the transmission, gave it a coat of paint, and I drained the oil out of it, and I'm gonna refill the trans after I get it in the car, because I don't want to have to pick the engine up, tilt it, and have another trans fluid leak. So I'll wait till it's in the car and then fill the trans. I'm going to get started. Got to install this pilot bushing in the engine first, and then start assembling things. Get it ready, and hopefully drop it in the car today. Okay, the pilot bushing just gets pushed into the crank. It's made out of like bronze or brass or something, oilite. It's only a $6 part, but it was stopping me from putting the engine in. So I got a socket. See if I can just pound it in there straight. Goes in nice and easy. Just like that. All it does is center the input shaft in the transmission. So when you push the clutch in, things aren't wobbling around. They go in easy. Sometimes they can be a real pain to get out. All right. So now I need to put on the flywheel. First up, this black plate's got to go on here. That centers the starter. And flywheel. Now I already marked it, because this only goes on one way. Even though there's 6 holes, they are not equally spaced. So I'm thinking that it went on just like this. I'm going to get some red Loctite, put it on these bolts. In fact, let me do that right now. Okay, I got my Loctite. Okay, that should be enough. I'm going to turn the torque down on this at first, just to get them in there. Okay, I'm going to grab my torque wrench, and I think the torque spec's around 80 foot-pounds, but I'm going to research that now and get my torque wrench and torque them. Okay, I got them all torqued down to 80. Torque spec 75 to 85. I said torque to 80, but it's really, I torqued the maximum allowable torquage, so they're at 85. The clutch, pressure plate, disc, they go together like this, and on there, I'll show you once I bolt it up. There's a clutch aligning tool that goes in the splines of the clutch. into that pilot bushing, and it centers the disc so that the trans will be able to slide through the clutch into that pilot bushing without a problem. Now I'm going to put a little grease in that pilot bushing right now, even though that is a whatchamacallit, oil-like type bushing that has oil mixed in with the bronze. I'm going to put grease on it. Not a lot, because I don't want the grease getting onto the clutch and causing it to slip. I'm just putting it in the pilot bushing. Like that. Alright, I have a coffee can full of bolts. I'm thinking it's these here. See these? I'll show you here. These have like a shoulder on them. As a regular bolt would have threads all the way up. That shoulder is going to go through the pressure plate. Yeah, that's what they are. I'm using, it's all coming back to me. I haven't put a clutch in a car in many, many years, but it's coming back to me, folks. I'm going to find 6 of these. Got 5. Six. Okay. I got them. I'm going to get some brake cleaner, clean them off good. Look up that torque spec. I'll be back in a flash. I'm looking it up, and I was looking up, must have been flex plate to crank, but a flywheel to crank supposed to be 95 to 105. And then the pressure plate to flywheel are 20 foot-pounds. So I got to retorque those 6 bolts to 105. All right, that wasn't much fun. 105 is a lot of torque. I have a special flywheel holder that I was able to use. So now I got to get the red Loctite on these other bolts and set that 20. They're all coated. So the disc, the pressure plate, you can go in there. Got her clipped in there. Those clips were just a real bugger to get onto that fork. But they're on there good and it's not falling off. So now this needs to go. I put a tiny, tiny dab of grease on those 3 fingers that push on the throw-out bearing. This needs to go on here, like that. Find the bolts. This might be them right here. Yep. There's 4 long ones. Then there's a couple starter bolts, and there are some little bolts that hold, excuse me, the inspection plate on the front there. And guess what I get to do? Look up torque specs again. I got the clutch bolts torqued to 20 foot-pounds. I got the bell housing bolts torqued like 60 foot-pounds. Time to put the trans in. I was trying to explain about the throwout bearing going on the clutch fork, how I was having difficulty. But for some reason, that didn't get recorded. But the throwout bearing is on. Now the trans should slide in there. I don't know if I'm going to have to raise the engine. I might not have enough angle here. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to adjust the angle of the engine to get this to fit in there right. Let me do that. The trans is slid in. I have the bolts torqued. I think everything now is ready to be picked up, dropped in the car. I'm going to take a little break before I do that and make sure that I have everything hooked up that I need hooked up and get ready to hoist it and drop her in. I need to set the angle better because I need more tailed down. So I have to shorten this front chain up here and then probably adjust that strap again. So I tried it a couple times and I wasn't getting a good angle on it. I'm getting it dropped in there, but now I need to raise the trans and drop her down some more, move the car. The opposite of what I did to get it out. Okay, so this gotta go down some more. I have to guide it into the motor mount. A couple studs that stick down. They go into the frame. And everything's got to go back a couple inches. and have it be in position. Okay, I figured it out. It was so now if I move the car up an inch or so, wow, just like that. It's on the engine mounts. I need to jack up the trans, put the bolts through the cross member. See if I can do it right where it is possible. So the trans mounts are in. I can let this all the way down. Okay, there we are. It's in on the mounts, and I'm beat. Been a long day. Ow! Just walked into the jack. That felt really good. That's going to be the end of this episode. I guess it would be part B of putting the 200 cubic inch 6-cylinder tri-power engine into a 60 Falcon. It's on the mounts. Come back for part C when I hook things up and get it running. Bye.